Welcome to Demystify Magic with Molly and Madison.
I'm Molly, a former skeptic turned full-time energy healer and teacher.
And I'm Madison, a born and raised witch running my family's crystal shop.
And we're here to explore all things woo through the lens of both science and spirituality so that you can find the moments of magic in your everyday life and create an intentional spiritual practice.
So if that's what you're into, find a cozy spot, take a deep breath, and let's demystify some magic. Howdy doody, friends.
Howdy doody, friends. Madison and I just got stuck in a cycle of yawning before pressing record.
A solid 2 minutes of just back and forth. We start to go 3, 2, 1, record. Nope, gotta yawn. Nope, up 3, 2. There we go.
Wow, how perfect! Because today we're talking about mundane magic for the bedroom,
right? For your sleepy sanctuary.
Oh, sanctuary of rest and dreams.
That's where I would like to be.
Same.
I wish I could record this podcast from my bed.
I fear one day we should do an episode. We should do an Akamom, a court of Molly and Madison from our beds, and just see what the vibe is.
I agree.
For the Patreon.
I'm into that. Okay.
If you're into that, join the Patreon. Let us know.
But today, that's not what we're doing. We're not going to be in bed. We're just going to be talking about the bed.
The bedroom.
The room of bed.
The room where your bed is. We're going to talk about some magic for the bedroom. Keeping your bedroom clean, clear, helping you sleep, helping you create the life of your dreams. Because that's really what you're doing when you're resting.
Yeah, they do call it the place where the magic happens.
Hey.
And if you're just popping into this series, you might want to go back to the beginning or start here. Really, there's no rules. We are doing an 8-part series to celebrate the release of Mundane Magic. It is officially available for pre-order. So we're taking you room by room, giving you a little sneak peek as to what you might find in the book.
Yeah, I wrote it, by the way.
Yeah.
If you are new here.
If you're new here, it's not just a random book. Although that would be funny. That would be
on brand for us. Yeah. You can pre-order it wherever you want, wherever you get books, or you can order it from Madison's store, which is down in the description of this episode. And if you order it from Spellcrafter or the Healing Hedge Witch, you also get tickets to a virtual Q&A book talk with me the week that it's released, which is in February of 2026. So hope to see you there. We have over 100 people coming, which is bonkers, bananas, and wild, and I can't wait.
I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun.
So fun. So fun.
But first, before we dive into the bedroom, what's your magic moment this week?
My magic moment is I healed a little part of my inner child this week.
Sorry, I was yawning again. I'm so proud of you. What'd you do? Molly, I healed my inner child. Me, snore, snooze fest. Whatever. I'm going to do it again. Tell me about healing your inner child.
She's hiding in her shirt, so I don't see her yawn.
I don't want to give it to you. Okay.
Oh, yawns are contagious on this podcast. I hope whoever's listening, I hope you're also yawning along with us. It's good for clearing energy.
Yeah, get you some extra oxygen.
But no, I healed a part of my inner child recently. So I'm a makeup girly. I love makeup. I've collected makeup my whole life. When I was in high school and college, I used to watch all the YouTubers, and I wanted more than anything a MAC lipstick. Lipstick from MAC Cosmetics, my heart and soul. And we did not have a MAC near me where I lived in Maine at the time. And so I literally drove hours and hours to go to a MAC store or a MAC counter within the mall. And all I could afford was a tiny travel size spray of Fix Plus, which I love. I still love the smell of that. But I couldn't afford a lipstick. And so all these years I've just been pining. And the other day they were half off.
Really?
On Ulta.
Wow.
And so I bought all of the lipsticks that I had dreamed of, all the ones that I watched on YouTube. So Saint Germain, there's one called Bear that is this deep, deep, deep brown, and the pencils that I always wanted. And I did a little lippy try on, and I was like, This is my dream. You know what's the best part? This is the magic moment, truly. I posted a video about it, about how inner child healing is sometimes just like giving your inner child what you couldn't have but wanted. And someone DM'd me and they were like, Molly, they're only $12.50 right now at Ulta. And I was like, shut up, because now I've had a taste. Now I know I love them. I bought 4 more.
Good for you.
Now I've got a collection. I've got a collection of MAC lipsticks.
Incredible.
And I'll tell you, I have never been a lipstick girly. Usually I'm an eyeshadow girly. I have entered my lipstick era.
I'm happy
and
for
I couldn't
you.
be happier. Thank you. Wearing Night Moth right now.
Looking great.
Thank you. What was your magic moment?
My magic moment is happening currently, which is that there's a dog sleeping under my feet.
Wait, what dog?
What do you mean?
I was kidding. I was trying to do a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You didn't go with the bit.
I'm sorry. I got confused. Clearly, I'm very tired and not well. I'm just embodying the vibe of this podcast, of this bedroom episode.
It's also eclipse season.
Yeah,
so, like, what are we doing here?
Truly. Like, we are under the eclipse as we record this right now. Like, Godspeed
Genuinely.
to all those listening.
Going on 0 sleep.
It's been a rough week. Honestly, that's the magic moment, is that I am currently still surviving. Having a puppy is really hard. And it's the kind of thing where now we're in the place where like his personality is starting to come out more and more.
Aww.
And I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, he's still like, we're getting a hang of potty training, but I can see him like right before he pees in the house, like start to walk towards the back door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you're so close, buddy. Like, we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just like a really, really tough week this week where he just like, we were out of our routine. So he was out of his routine, and he's like been waking up at 4:00 in the morning and been like, I'm up, I'm ready for the day.
No,
it's morning time. Mom, come on. What are we doing? Why are we sleeping? And at the end of it, like, now it's 11 o'clock, and he's like tuckered himself out, and he's like, whatever. And he's just like sleeping curled up at my feet. I'm like, okay. It's like those moments where I'm like, I can do this. This is like a worthwhile endeavor. He's been crushing it. We take him to like a little puppy preschool training class, which was supposed to be a method for socialization. Now that he's like got all his shots and he can be around other dogs, but he's the only one that they have who is like that young, because they separate them by age, obviously, until they're like, I think like 6 or 8 months. And so we just have like a one-on-one training session. So he's really good at sit and really good at lay down.
So am I.
Right? Tell me about it. He and I are on the same page, finally. Those are my 2 best tricks. If only I could get on his level with fetch, we would really like be in a better spot. Anyways, I think it's just like, it's been really cool watching him grow and learn and understand. And, we took him to my mom's house. We've been taking him once a week since we got him, because she's watching him while we go to Chicago. And he like fits right in with her dogs. He's really happy. I could tell he has a lot of fun. He gets to run around because she has like more space than I do. And I just finally feel like even when it's really shitty, I'm like settling into this like new normal, this new routine that we've got going, and I'm really enjoying it. And he and the cats get along so well. Like,
they're friends.
So well. He's best friends with one cat, and he has learned that he is not to trifle with the other 2.
Fair. Honestly, relatable.
And that's all I can ask for. And really, that's like most people's understanding when they come to my house, is that we have one cat who is everybody's best friend, and 2 cats that they like to be by themselves.
Relatable.
I feel it. I feel them. That's me. So
yeah,
just feeling like I'm in a good spot finally.
I love that.
Thank you.
I wish you could bring him to Chicago.
I know, me too. Although we would be paying something in that hotel room.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Pee pee, poo poo, we would everywhere.
Woof.
Literally. Bark. Arf.
Bark, bark. Arf.
Okay, let's talk about the bedroom.
Bedroom. Okay. So our mantra for this room is, I am safe to rest, to love, and to dream the future into being.
Love.
And one of the reasons why I love doing magic in the bedroom, and like, you know, I think when you say like doing magic in the bedroom, you automatically go to like a sexual place, which there is a sexy time section in Mundane Magic. We're not going to talk about it today, but really what I want to talk about is the magic of rest and how we live in a society that often deprioritizes rest, right? Like capitalism thrives on productivity, on burning you out, on burning the candles at both ends. Many of us were raised to like go, 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 and that resting is lazy and whatever. But I think we should reclaim the word lazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
I love that.
because laziness is a superpower. Being able to lay around all day and recharge is a superpower. It's not that easy, because I don't know about you, but like anytime I have a quote unquote lazy day, I spend most of the day feeling guilty about it.
And that is so counterintuitive to the rest. And so it's like you just sit and your mind is spinning, and so you don't really rest. I do the same thing, and I like recognize myself doing it, and I'm trying to get better about it, but it's so frustrating and so hard to get out of.
Yeah. And I really think like that was the intention that I went into this chapter with, is really helping you see from all angles that you are worthy of rest. You are allowed to rest. It's safe to rest. And you don't need to do more to rest more. You don't need to do more to rest more. And so in terms of connections and correspondences, I really like connecting the planet of Venus to the bedroom. Right. I always think of Venus as like pleasure, of like this dreamy energy, of just like really being in this space of dreaming and allowing yourself to dream bigger.
Yeah. And I was thinking about like the ways that you can acknowledge or work with the house spirit in the bedroom. And that was what kept coming up for me too, is it's like the perfect place to invite communication. Because in a dream state, you are so receptive, and you can set that intention, that you can set the intention before you go to bed. Hey, spirit of my house, spirit guides, those who I love who are in spirit, whoever it is. But in this context, spirit of my house, feel free to come through to me in my dreams tonight. If there's anything that you want to tell me, if there's anything that I need to know, if there's anything that, you want to share, here's the place to do it.
Okay, wait, this reminds me of a book that I read last year, and I have not shut up about this book, but it's called This Is Why We Dream by Raul Jandial, Jandial. He's a doctor. And it's what your sleeping brain reveals about your waking life. And he talks about how there's actually been studies that have shown that if you set an intention before falling asleep, that will impact your dreams.
Really?
Yeah. And so like he didn't talk about this in a witchy context, obviously, because he's like a doctor. Although I would argue some of my favorite witches are doctors. But he talks about it in terms of like, if you wanted to get clarity in a situation, or you wanted to like receive answers to a question, you ask it. And I was like, hello, sir, you are a witch.
Yeah.
And so there's actual science that backs this up, that you can literally like set an intention before bed, either mentally, or he recommends writing it down and reading it before bed. I would go one step further and make yourself a little sleep altar on your nightstand, which we have talked about 100 times in the past, and I still won't shut up about it.
Yeah. It's such a good idea. Either on your nightstand, or I used to have like a shelf near my bed, just because I'm like the ultimate nightstand clutterer. I have to like reassess at least once a week. And so I used to have a little shelf at an old apartment I used to live at that was like right off the side of the bed, and had my little sleep altar. It had like some celestite and some other things, like some lavender, some other herbs for sleep. But it's the perfect way to kind of create that space of intention. It's a place where you could set that intention, where you could go and say, here's what I would like to do. Here's what I'd like to work on together.
See, I am also a nightstand clutterer, which is why I deliberately put my sleep altar on my nightstand. Because it forces me to keep it clean.
Yeah. I just have so many like different medicines and things that live on my nightstand.
Do you have a drawer?
Yeah, but they're full of crap.
What are they full of?
My Nintendo Switch, every charger that I don't know where it goes, gummies.
Girl, you have an office.
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of storage in the office yet. The office is my work in progress, and so I don't want to talk about it. Listen, we're not here to dissect my bedroom practices.
I'm not judging.
You just rolled your eyes. That was an act of pure judgment.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just saying that you could make a nightstand altar.
I'm sure I could. Just not right now.
No. Okay. You have a puppy to deal with. We'll
right.
give you
I've got enough.
grace.
Please.
But no. So I'll give you a great example of like why I love having the nightstand altar. So I'm someone that I bring a glass of water to bed and then I forget that I brought it to bed. And then I have 52 glasses of water at the end of the week because I keep bringing a different glass up. So this is how I prevent doing that is I turn that into like a cleansing and protection ritual. So I bring my glass of water up. And like last night we had the eclipse full moon and I could not sleep. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but I could not sleep. And I could feel all this energy like ping ponging around my body and the room and in my head. And so I literally like energetically through meditation, visualization, using a little bit of Reiki, like collected all that scattered energy and directed it towards the cup of water and just asked that the water collect it, cleanse it, remove it from my space. And then I watered a plant with it this morning. And so I love just having that on the nightstand. Like you could do that with a crystal. Like I have a big amethyst, like standing amethyst on my nightstand. And so I'll like often collect, like if I wake up from a nightmare or I feel like anxious when I wake up, I'll have the amethyst collect that. I also keep crystals on top of like my hand cream and my lip balm and all of that stuff. And so, yeah, it's just like a really nice way. You could keep like a journal there. If you like doing a 1-card pull in the morning or the evening, you could keep a deck there. It's just a really nice way to like set that intention before you fall asleep.
Yeah, I love that idea. Water is such a great tool for that. And so I love like taking a thing that you might shit on yourself for, you know, of like, oh, I left this water, and then being like, oh no, actually, this was a gift to future me.
Yes, it was like an offering to my space.
Gorgeous.
And in terms of element, I said air, and this, I'm going to draw some parallels here to tarot because, as you know, Madison's been teaching me tarot. Madison and Anthony, friend of the pod, Anthony, have been teaching me tarot. And so I want to draw a connection between the air element. Usually I think of air as like kind of dreamy, not really cemented in life yet. So thinking about like manifestations that haven't really come to fruition. But what I learned in tarot is that the air element is connected to swords, which is often connected to like our mental space. And so I like to think of like if we can think of bringing balance to the air element in our bedroom, then we can ground some of those like overactive thoughts that keep us up at night.
Oh, that's really interesting. I don't know that air was the first thing that I would think of for.
What would you think of?
I think probably earth.
Really?
Yeah, just because like it's a space. I think like the way that I see my bedroom is it's like a safe space where that's where I go to get grounded. It's where I do a lot of meditation. It's where I go to like kind of be grounded is just the only word that I can think of for it. Like it's that's what that space does for me. Yeah.
Interesting, because I think of air because like when you're sleeping, I feel like that's very air element because you're not like physically in your body.
Yeah, I guess I see that closer tied to water. That's really interesting. And that's what I think is like important too about the way that we do these correspondences. Like there's no law, you know, like no one's gonna come out to like come after you because you feel strongly that you feel stronger to work with the fire element in your bedroom or whatever, you know, like.
Hey, sometimes, depending on what I'm reading, the fire element is the key.
But you know, like. These are all things that we are associating. And so if something doesn't fit or stick, like that's okay too.
Yeah. I don't know if there's like I haven't found a rule book that says this is the guide to the bedroom. It has to be this element. Like I can do what you want. There's no rules here.
But I do love that perspective about the air element. I wouldn't have gotten there on my own.
Yeah. Well, I thought of like, what is my bedroom what does it feel like when my bedroom is out of balance? Like, how does that impact me? And usually it's like my brain is running and won't slow down enough for me to sleep. And so that's kind of why I made that connection with the swords, and then the air element just seemed to make sense from there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Plus, like, think about there's so many like swords cards that are tied to sleep and like bedrooms.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what is it? The four?
Four of swords and the nine of swords.
The nine of swords. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like, are there any other suits that have cards of like sleeping or bedrooms?
I mean, Pentacles is like the home in general.
Yeah, yeah.
And so.
But I can't even think of a Pentacles where someone's like sleeping.
There's definitely like some water cards or some cups cards that like, just because water is very dreamy, but not like explicitly like in the, like someone is sleeping in the Four of Swords card.
Right. And someone can't sleep in the
Nine of Swords. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or like is up in bed.
Yeah. That's the connection that I made. Mm-hmm. And so air made sense to me in that way. So anyways, who knows? If you had asked me 3 months ago, I might have said something different.
Yeah.
That's the fun of like learning different practices, is they can add like layers of nuance to things that you're already working with and already playing with and already exploring, and like help you understand things in a new way.
Yeah. And these are things that can change, like the way that we talk about how your house has a spirit, that means that it's like a living, changing, growing, evolving thing.
Yeah.
That grows and evolves with you. And so I think that like all of the elements that we talk about, all of the correspondences and associations that we've given for each room throughout the series, they're all things that can grow and change depending on what you need and what you're looking for and what you're working on, like,
yeah,
this is getting into like nitty gritty that, might not
totally
align with everything that you want to do in a certain space.
Yeah. And I think it also depends on how you use the space. Like you said, you meditate in yours, you get grounded in yours. Like I suffered from insomnia really bad growing up. And so I learned to like never do anything on my bed that wasn't like sleeping or like intimacy related.
Yeah.
And so like I don't do anything in my bedroom. Like I just go there to sleep.
That's so interesting. You've told me that before. And I've literally had the thought like that practice would end me. I could not do that. I am such a bed person. Like,
really?
Yes, that's where, and I don't know why that is. I think that I've seen like TikToks of people being like, oh, you're either a bedroom person or a living room person.
Oh, yeah, I'm a living room person.
And it like can depend on how you grow up. And I grew up very much a bedroom person. I think it has a lot to do with like what an introvert I am and like what a loner I was growing up too, of like, I don't know what that is, but I like watch TV in bed. I read in bed. Like my ideal rot day is like I am in bed all day long.
Oh my God. No. I could not. I literally brought my laptop into the bed for the first time in like probably 15 years, like God. A few weeks ago. And I was like, this feels wrong.
Work from bed, life-changing.
Maybe that's why I like hotel rooms so much, because I work from the bed.
There's nowhere to be but the bed.
I literally do I eat in the bed. I feel like Kevin McAllister. Like I'm just like
living my very best life. Honestly, with no rules.
Maybe I'm missing out.
Yeah, and can you sleep when you go to bed in the hotel? Like, do you struggle to get to bed?
I thought this was my OCD, but maybe it's energetic. I will work and eat from one side of the bed, and then I'll sleep on the opposite side of the bed.
I love that. That's so funny.
I have a sleeping side that I don't touch with my outside clothes or my outside like things, and then I have my play side.
I love that you're like, it can't travel. If I get my outside clothes on this side of the bed, it can't travel to the other side.
Okay,
the germs stay where they are.
I feel like that is normal.
I'm obsessed with it. You're like, no, the germs know that this is their side of the bed.
I usually put like a pillow barrier.
And one thing about germs, we know they respect pillow barriers. That's so funny. I love that. Never change it.
Okay, you know what? Now that I've said it out loud, I realize how ridiculous this sounds.
No, I love it. Don't. No backpedaling. You stand on that.
I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Anyways, correspondence with the chakras. I said heart, but also third eye. I feel like third eye is very dreamy.
Yeah.
Heart is very like, it's connected to the air element. But I also feel like, I think like our companionship is often like centered in the bedroom. So like it can really bring to light, you know, like if you are feeling lonely or if you're feeling disconnected from your partner or if you're feeling really connected to someone, like that shows up in the bedroom. So I feel like that has a lot to do with the heart and what we experience there.
Yeah, totally.
Great. She's not going to argue with me on that one.
I think for me, because I said earth, like the root is what comes up for me, but I agree with all of those things too.
So interesting. I think it's how we use our bedrooms differently, which is blowing my mind. Because I grew up as a bedroom kid. I had a TV in my bedroom. I used to choreograph all of the Backstreet Boys songs in my bedroom. I had like one of those bifold door closets, but mine was mirrors. And so I used to just like pretend I was performing in front of them, and I would choreograph like the entire albums on my boombox.
As you should. I guess like just for me, where you sleep is so tied to your sense of security. You know, like that's your most vulnerable moment.
Yeah.
When I think about us as like animals, you know?
That's so true. Like I feel like when I lived in apartments with other people, like, yeah, my bedroom was very root earth. Mm-hmm. But now that I like have a house that feels really safe and secure.
Yeah.
And the whole house feels like that. Like, I don't know. It does not, like, the root is not where I would put my bedroom. My bedroom is not where I'd put my root.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that like there's a case to be made for every energy center for every room, you know, like,
oh yeah,
just because like it's the nature of like where you live and therefore like all of your human experience happens there.
Like you get dressed in your bedroom, solar plexus.
Yeah, exactly.
You express yourself with your clothes, sacral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You snore, throat.
I was trying to get there too. I was going to go with sleep talking.
Wow. Okay, interesting. You're opening me up to new ideas. I love that. That's why I love this podcast. My favorite podcast.
The one thing that you learned from me in this series, work from bed.
Honestly, okay. I said this the other day and someone looked at me like I had 17 heads. I said my favorite part about traveling is working from the airport and working from the hotel because I get more done.
It's in time accelerator.
It really is. I got more done on my way to Cleveland and on my way home from Cleveland, which were very short flights with very short layovers, than I got in an entire week.
I know. We go to Chicago this coming like 3 days from when we record this podcast. And
2 days, bestie.
2 days. You're right. I was counting today. Whatever. 2 more sleeps.
2 more sleeps.
I was treating it like vacation time. 3 days, 2 nights. But I have put so many things on my own to-do list for the airport and the plane.
Okay, all right. Joe is coming with us to be our handler and to make sure we get all 8 episodes done in 2 days. And I don't actually think we've talked about this on this pod. I think we just talked about it on Patreon. We're recording a series on the Sabbats that will be coming up very shortly after this series wraps. And they will be video podcasts. You'll still be able to listen to them audio, but it's a long story. We'll explain it when we get there. So we hired my editor, Joe, to come with us to basically keep us on task. She's literally our handler. She's our babysitter.
I'm so excited.
And I said to Joe, I was like, okay, do you want me to pick you up at the airport because we're flying out together? And she's like, yeah, what time do you usually get there? And I was like, oh, I usually get there like 2 hours ahead. And she's like, at the Portland airport? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, it's such a tiny airport. And I was like, yeah, but like, how do you get your to-do list done if you don't get there early? Because you like basically walk through TSA and then basically like walk onto every plane like in PWM. And she was like, I usually get there 10 minutes before and walk directly onto the flight. And I was like, no, Absolutely not. No,
Joe,
no, no,
get
no,
your
no.
own ride.
I was like, no, 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 no. I will be picking you up 90 minutes ahead of time. That is the closest I'm going to make it. And what we'll do in those 90 minutes is we'll go over the schedule for 2 days. She's like, I love a schedule. And I was like, I know. So we've come to an agreement. But I was
so
like,
glad. Phew.
I could not imagine a world where I don't get to the, I know I don't need to get there that early. I want to.
I haven't taken it that far. I still am like, well, because I also, like, my airport is one of the, like, is a huge international airport.
Yeah.
And so it's not as a relaxing environment. Like, I do get a lot done. I get a lot more done on the plane than in the airport.
Yeah. How early do you get there?
We usually get there an hour early.
An hour? You board a half an hour before your flight time.
Yeah, but I'm not concerned with being the first one on the plane.
What if you have luggage?
I do.
But I mean, like, with wheels, they don't make you gate check that if you're not one of the first people on the plane?
I mean, sometimes, but not usually.
Every fucking time I go to Florida, if I'm not in the first, 3 groups, I have to gate check my bag.
Really? No, not usually. But anyways.
This is absurd to me. I can't imagine showing up to the gate, as they're boarding. I can't, that makes me want to throw up and die in terms of anxiety.
I want 15 to 20 minutes before.
I want a solid hour because you know what? I got to scope out my gate and then I got to go get a snack and then I got to hit the bathroom and then I got to sit down and work and then I got to hit the bathroom again before I board.
I have great news for you. We're coming from different airports.
Well, I know, but just know
and therefore,
we are leaving Chicago 2 hours early.
And that's great because that's an airport that I don't know.
It's a great airport. I like that airport.
I haven't been to that airport since I was 8 years old.
I love every airport.
I know.
Please chime in the comments on Spotify or let us know on Instagram. How early do you get to the airport for a flight?
Very important.
Do you walk on? More importantly, how much time do you want after security before you have to board?
Yeah, before you sit at the gate. I also have TSA pre-check. So I go through TSA very quickly. And so I know that an hour will get me plenty of time.
I fear we're all leaving Chicago at the same time.
That's great.
I fear for us because I want to get there as early as possible.
Well, sometimes life's about compromise.
Anyways, crystals you can keep in the bedroom.
Molly did not like compromise.
The first is lepidolite. That's a great one for calming the mind, bringing balance to the brain, the body, relieving worry, overactive thoughts, all of that good stuff. I also like celestite. Celestite's my favorite for calming, for sleep, for just kind of finding ease. I find lepidolite helps with finding ease in the brain, while celestite helps me find ease in the body.
Yeah.
Of course, they both help with both, but, more the merrier. And then I added red jasper to this list because it's my favorite for nightmares, night terrors, any sort of fear-based response you have at night. Red jasper. It's very grounding. It's very earth. So maybe that's why I pulled it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, celestite and lepidolite are 2 of my favorite stones ever.
That makes sense because you love your bedroom.
Mm-hmm. And I'm an anxious girly.
Yeah. Maybe that's why you love your bedroom.
Yeah, right. It's like my cave.
It's your cave.
And the whole house is kind of my cave now, but it will always, for me, center there and go outward.
That's how I feel about my office.
Yeah.
But it's because that's the only space that's 110% mine.
Yeah, I get that.
And the dogs.
Yeah, belongs to you and the dogs. Mostly the dogs.
Yeah, they are passed out on my couch that I haven't been able to sit on in months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now the part that you have been waiting for. How do you keep this space clean? How do you use magic to get your shit together? Something that has really impacted my sleep is cleansing my mattress, cleansing my bed in general, and cleansing my bed sheets. Huge, huge difference. I literally, because I've been traveling so much, my husband's been in charge of changing the bed sheets, which means the bed sheets don't get changed as often as I would prefer them to. I'm a 5 to 7 days maximum before we turn them. He's like a 9 to 12 days, which hate, because we also have a dog that sleeps under the blanket with me.
Which is so cute.
It's adorable. But like the amount of fur that we have in our bed, like fur collects like energy. And I just see it and I'm just like, there's so much fucking stagnant energy, and it wakes me up. It literally wakes me up. Or I start to wake up feeling like hungover.
Yeah.
Or like I wake up and I feel like I haven't slept at all. Like a really bad sleep.
Feeling hungover is such a good word for it, because that is exactly what it feels like when there's too much stagnant energy for me. It's like that grogginess, that like slight headache, that like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Like, where am I? What's happening?
Yeah, I could sleep all day and still not feel like it's enough. Like my mouth is dry. Yeah, like it just, the whole day, it's hard to focus throughout the day. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like when there's too much stagnant energy in my bed. And so here's your go-to when you're washing your bed sheets. Let's cleanse the mattress at the same time. So take your bed sheets, throw them in the wash, throw a little Florida water in there if you want, or a little splash of vinegar. Both are going to banish that stagnant energy, cleanse it away. And then with your actual mattress, you can use smoke or sound. You could use any cleansing that you want, to be honest with you, but smoke or sound are like probably the easiest. With smoke, just make sure you have something to catch the ashes if you're using an herb bundle or incense or any kind of smoke, because mattress fires are scary and you don't want to ruin your mattress. Why are you looking at me like that?
I didn't know there was a specific fire called a mattress fire.
Yeah, a lot of people die because they fall asleep smoking and their mattress catches on fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's not something I needed to know about.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I guess it kind of is, because I do be smoke cleansing in there. Well, that's scary. Great.
Yeah. So just like have something underneath when you're smoke cleansing so that the ashes don't.
I'll be moving to sound cleansing.
I mean, it's not like you'll see it. Like it's not like you're falling asleep while you're smoke cleansing.
Yeah, but like, does it burst into flames, or is it like,
no,
oh, okay.
No, it's kind of like a trampoline.
What?
Have you ever lit a trampoline on fire?
Can't say I have.
One thing about me, I was a kid who had a trampoline, and I was a kid who loved sparklers. And one time I was waving a sparkler and it got too close to my hand and I just let go. It just burned a hole in my trampoline.
Okay. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I have met someone that had a cigarette hole in their mattress.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Anyways.
Wow, you really learn a lot of practical stuff on this podcast. Work from bed, but don't smoke while you do it. Tell me what to do on the full moon in my bedroom. Please, let's move on from this terrible tragedy that I've learned about.
Terrible tragedy. Okay, on the full moon, we're going to do a deeper cleanse of the mattress. So this is usually when I do like my smoke or my sound cleanse. Sound cleanse, you could just like play music, or I like to use like a bell or a singing bowl in the center of the mattress. But something that I've found to be super effective is on the full moon, you're going to hate me for this, you're going to vacuum under your bed.
Yeah.
Which means you're going to need to pull everything out.
Sorry.
Do this before you cleanse your mattress, because don't be like me and declutter your entire bedroom, your closet, all of it, and be like, oh, it feels so much better, and then forget to cleanse, and then you try to fall asleep and there's a bunch of fucking energy bouncing around the room like ping pong balls. Mm-hmm. No. You want to cleanse after you do this. Pull everything out from under your bed. In fact, maybe don't put it back there.
Yeah.
Maybe don't put it back there. Because if you think about it, your energy field is so much more porous when you're sleeping. You naturally cleanse energy while you're sleeping. And so where does that energy go? Into your mattress. And if not there, under your bed. Mm-hmm. So maybe we keep that energy free flowing by like moving the things out from under your bed. I know that's not possible for everyone, right? Like when I lived in apartments, in dorms, I could not, like, there was no other place to put things. I get it. Pull it out once a month, vacuum underneath there, put it back. Okay. Just trust me. It's going to help you sleep so much better. And then on the new moon, this is where we like to do like dream work. So this is maybe where you refresh your sleep altar, maybe set a specific intention, something that you're manifesting with the new moon. Set up your crystals to support you with that. Write down your intention, read it before you fall asleep.
The new moon, or like around the new moon, is always my favorite time for any kind of dream work, just because of how receptive that energy feels.
Yeah, I like a daydream.
Yeah,
I like
love a daydream.
Or this has been my favorite thing to do is reading books that put you into the character of someone who has what you're trying to manifest.
Oh, fun. I love that.
Especially if it's a first person POV, reading that before bed and then letting yourself like drift off to sleep with a daydream of like, what would it be like if in my life if I had this?
Yeah,
what would
totally.
that look like? What would my day look like? Sometimes I'll even like recap a scene I just read, but like putting myself in the shoes of the main character.
Yeah.
And like, how would I respond if that happened at that coffee shop or whatever? Really, really, really cool manifestation practice.
Love
really,
that.
really powerful. And then for the equinox or the solstice, I'm going to say declutter.
Yeah.
Declutter your bedroom. I'm sorry. It's so hard because I know like if you live in a shared space, your bedroom is your only space. But like that is, if you could pick one room to have no to the least amount of clutter in, let it be your bedroom, because it really does. Like if we think about that stagnant energy hangover that you wake up with, that impacts your entire day.
Yeah.
And so if you can create a space that is as energy clear as possible, that is going to affect your entire day too. And so finding ways to declutter, I literally just decluttered my closet. It felt so freaking good. But then make sure you cleanse after your declutter. Smoke, sound, whatever method you like to do. Because again, the energy will ping pong around the room after that and it can keep you up. So put a glass of water out, let it catch that energy while you're decluttering, and then cleanse your space before bed.
Yeah.
Did we do it?
I think we did it.
I think we did it. Don't forget, if you want to pre-order Mundane Magic, you can get that at wherever your books are sold or at Madison's shop if you want to join us for the little virtual hang.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. And I'm so excited to get my freaking hands on this book.
You and me both.
I know.
Well, until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Demystify Magic with Molly and Madison. If you want to learn more about us, you can find all our links in the show notes.
We'd love to know what you think of today's episode, so drop us a review or give us a shout out on social media. And don't forget to let us know your magical moment of the week. Okay, love you. Bye.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.